Notice that we use many texts every night. We'll use 30, 35, 40, even up to 50 texts sometimes. Now there's a reason for this, friends. I don't believe you can get all the truth out of any one verse of the Bible, especially if you take it out of its context. You know, somebody has said that a text without its context is a pretext, and I think that's right. You see, we've got to take what the entire Bible says on a subject. Suppose we're going to talk about the subject of heaven or hell, as we are today, or the second coming of Jesus, or the Sabbath, or whatever it is. We must find out, first of all, what Moses wrote about that subject in the first 5 books of the Bible. What did Jesus say about it? What did Paul write about it? What did Peter, James, and John say about it? Bring all those verses together, and you may have 100 of them. But among those 100, there will always be 4 or 5 that seem to contradict all the rest. Now, what are you going to do with those 4 or 5? Throw them out and say, well, I'm sorry, I can't use them, they're contradictory? No, friends, we have to study those 4 or 5 very closely in their context, and then comparing them with the other 95 verses. And soon we will find that the contradiction is really up here. It's not in the Bible at all. The whole thing resolves itself as we keep on studying and comparing texts. Now, unfortunately, what some people do, and even some churches, I'm sorry to say, they will take those 4 or 5 ambiguous verses and base a doctrine on it and ignore the other 95 texts. Now, this is the reason we've got a lot of difference in the way people interpret the Bible and prophecy. Sometimes people say to me, Brother Joe, why is it that all these churches believe they're right and they take opposite positions on subjects? Well, I think the reason is that they don't all follow the same way of Bible study. If they followed the same method of studying the Bible and took all the text into account and brought them all together and harmonized all of them, they would probably end up with the same conclusion. But they don't do that.